Hey, look at that. And we're back, just like that. We're just gonna pretend like nothing ever happened, you know? So what we're gonna do this week, pretty simple. You look at the picture, but we are going to make the metal hand Pablo makes for Ash in Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1. And we're kind of like use his gloves, a quick base. We're going to make the middle forearm part, and then we're going to make this part out of foam. And then I have all sorts of random wires and stuff to make the rest of the hand for Ash. So yeah, also the bike chain and then some metal that we might use. We might not get there this week though. We're not going to work on this week because I just don't have the pieces that I need to work on it. So we're just going to go, yeah, that's over. That's done. So the fun thing, you got to make your own pattern for yourself. So actually, I'll put that back on. This is just an old leather glove, and I feel like not buying stuff makes it look way cooler, you know, when you're gonna make something, especially something that's like made out of parts from a trailer. So I don't know if I just kind of pull up the couple reference pictures I have of it. It's like a really sweet red color. Yeah. I can just put the glove down, and I'll make sure the camera is tilted at the right angle. And then once it's tilted at the right angle, we'll pull up the reference picture, and we'll kind of start sketching it. I got one too many pieces of paper. So about this is where our paper ends on the glove. So it curves kind of up, and it kind of curves down. Maybe not that gradual. Yeah. We're going to go with that line. About like that. Looks good. And then how far? It goes until about the base. So we'll say around there. Kind of curves in like that. And then this side, since it's the small of the hand, that'll kind of curve down like that. All right. So that's what we'll use for the top part. This looks good enough to me. So let's see. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll work out just right. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a live video. That's just because I've been kind of busy. And I'm going to start doing them on Sundays now anyways, but I'm going to have to make them earlier on Sunday since it's about to be Walking Dead season here. And I don't want to have to compete with that show for viewers. So, you know, like if you're gonna sit watch me make props, or you're gonna watch The Walking Dead and be caught up on the latest. Let's see how that looks when I put it on. Okay, now I gotta look at the reference pictures and see if that looks about right. That actually does. It looks pretty cool. That looks good. So now we have to make a kind of brace part for the arm. And whenever I make a piece like that, I like to, I guess we can tilt the camera back up since we're not going to be doing. Yeah, Yeah, 'cause I only have one view. Exactly, exactly. Huge, I'm a huge, huge sensation, my man. All right, we'll grab masking tape. We don't need that much. And then all right. Make sure we get this tight so we can get the pattern as accurate as possible. Yeah, that's good. Wow, that's really tight. All right, sweet. We'll just grab a Sharpie and we will bring up the pattern, or at least bring up the reference image, and see about the size of it. Let's go top image there. Okay. So put the glove on, figure out. Because it's also going to be detachable, so I need to have a little bit of space for where the chainsaw will go. I need to work so the camera can actually see, and then we'll just make it like, because it doesn't go all the way in, then it just kind of goes out. Yeah, that ought to be good enough for what we're going to try to do anyways. So that'll work. So now we'll just cut ourselves out of it. It's like dangerous. Slip my wrist. Hope, hope. There we go. Sweet. And then we'll just cut it out. Yeah, we're done with the tinfoil for now anyways. So now we have the top part and then the little arm brace part. Perfect. Trim off all this extra that we don't need. Awesome. Now we can just go ahead and we can grab some foam and we can get to cutting, which is awesome. So for the top part of the hand, go ahead and do this. And then, well, actually, is that better for the bottom part? Yeah, we can just use that for the bottom part of the hand. Yeah, this can be the bottom. And then we'll find a little section of scrap foam that'll be good for the top. Because Lord knows I've got plenty of scrap foam around here. Will this work? Nope, too small. That'll work. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. All right. All right. All right, sweet. So we'll do the top part here really quick. Want to make sure that stays in place. Little half-pound weight. Toss it on there, and now that is going to stay right where I put it. Actually, we're going to move it over. There we go. All right, all right, all right. Hold your breath, 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 ba-boom. There it is. And now this piece, don't even know if we need to keep this anymore. All right, sweet. We'll actually bring 2 weights on. 2 weights. Double trouble. Make sure that's just right. Thank you, Cassandra, anyways. Now you got a ton of viewers. You got a phone call, so yo, what's up? Never mind, no phone call. All right, cool. I didn't want to lose the live stream over a phone call, so I'm lucky. Ah, crap. Hey, what's up? Hello. Hello. Is this riveting on the... Is this just like the most entertaining thing you guys have ever seen? Nah, I don't think I'll do that. I don't think so. That'd be kind of probably rude. It would be actually hilarious. I take that back. Hello, you're live with us in the prop shop. What do you have to say, caller? Hello? Yeah, what's up? What? Never mind. Bye. Man? What? Never mind. Bye. That was sad. All right, so there's the arm part. Arm part. Top hand part. Exacto. Oh, look at this, cutting off the top of my head here. There we go. Let's see if I can find my sharpening stone. There we go. Now we can make sure the X-Acto knife is nice and sharp. Ooh, this blade is chipped. That, you make a valid point, Justin. Valid point indeed. This blade isn't chipped. This blade is really chipped. I don't like that. Maybe it's got character, but also it doesn't glide as easily. So we'll use this blade instead. It's kind of dirty. This is totally hygienic thing to do with your tools. You know, at least I'm not like, licking the knife. It just got some sticky stuff on it. It's really weird. This is a whetstone, so you have to get it wet in order to do it. So just off camera. Oh, we'll go off camera this way. I'm gonna go spit off camera because, you know, I was raised nice enough to not spit in front of people. So I just right back. There we go. So we had to switch blades. We have to sharpen it. I'm sorry. It's just, that's the way foam is. Foam will foam will dull out the knife really easily. So, you know, we got to make sure to have the blade wicked sharp. I could be on Forged in Fire. Love that show so much. It will kill. All right.
Grandma's watching your stream.
Thank you. Tell her I love her. Hi there. Hello?
Is that much of the way? No. What? No.
Hi there. You're live with us on our show today. How may I help you, caller?
Who is this?
This is Calder James Ness.
That's what I thought. Hey. Go on. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey.
Remember, speak to your phone, not the radio.
Oh, we're watching you.
You're watching?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Speak to the phone, not the computer. Speak to the phone, not the computer, caller.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, that's how that works.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's fine. All right. You know what? Yeah, I was just saying if it was actually live.
It is. We are actually live in the studio.
That's awesome. All right.
All right?
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Could have asked the question, but that's the Sanders in the way. So we have to have the light so I can, because it's kind of dim here. So I have to have the huge light. See, look at that, 5 people. So that's what I'm saying. I have to have this light. You know, it might bother you, but I have to have this light so I can see my lines precisely when I'm cutting them with the X-Acto knife. Because even though they look crisp for you, not so much for me. So, I want to know how much the delay is. How bad is the delay? Maybe I've cut my finger by now, and you're not seeing it yet. Gosh, I hope that's not true. That would be horrible future prediction. That would just be painful. I need to see how clean this cut was with the knife. I might have to sharpen it again. Oh gosh, that was horrible. That was just... Okay, there's a little bit of a delay. I see what you're... Thanks for that. Huh? Hi, guys. This knife is horribly dull. Wow. Maybe there's a reason I trashed this blade. I think we're just going to get rid of it. We're just going to... There we go. Some people have number 2 pencils. I got number 2 blades. I actually don't know if they're number... What do they say? I don't know. They say something. Yeah, I know. That sounds really edgy now that I think about it. Couple of minutes. Give me a couple of minutes before I cut myself. All right. So brand new out of the package blade. So just so you know, cuts should look like that. Smooth. And the cut for this did not look smooth. If you can see the little things. Never mind call. That was a great call. Wubba lubba dub dub. Don't know what you're talking about, but okay. Oh yeah, this brand new blade is like cutting a hot knife through butter. All right, now you can see how that cut is smooth compared to that cut, which is kind of rigid. Yeah, this blade is a lot nicer. easy. Justin, you gotta work on your memory, man. You might get that bad memory disease. Alzheimer's? No, why would you just mention a bad memory disease? What the heck? That's a line from Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2. Love that. It's a good line. There's top piece. Top piece out. Looks good. Looks good. Cool. Second piece. Put the phone back there. Go. Peace. See ya. Adios.
Weird way to end your stream.
All right. Doing good. Haven't cut myself yet. And that cut is smooth. Hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath. That is another little extra scrap piece. You can throw it over there. This cut is smooth. Last line, last cut we got to do. Then we're home free. All right, sweet. There it is. No more of that. Yeah, that should look all right. That should be a solid base to build everything off of. Let's kind of grab the other pattern, just so that way I know where it is. Throw this away. There it is. Because it's always good to keep these just in case. You never know when you might have to remake a piece or something. So, you know, that would just help simplify things. So now kind of looking at the various amounts of junk he has for this hand, I had to figure out the right way to do everything. The pieces of metal he has on the hand are thick, but they're not this thick. So what we're going to do is, since we already need to get rid of the diamond pattern on the back, is we're going to do some sanding, which is where this guy comes in handy. Oh, the belt is a little off. There we go. There we go. Sweet. Now the belt is in place. Now, when sanding, it is incredibly important to remember that you don't want to inhale any of the dust particles and you don't want any in your eyes. So, like per the usual, that's weird. Put on a dust mask. So now you look like, you either will look like an American doctor or your normal everyday citizen in Tokyo. Because, you know, never mind, that might have been a really bad joke. And then, love this mask, which had something in it. Then you use this, protects the eyes and really the whole face area, but you can still see my hair through it, which is great. Perfect, looking good. Safety first. So right now, what we're gonna do is let the belt sander do its stuff. And we're gonna sand the side that's all rough because it looks really bad. The rest of these sides are nice and smooth. Delay is about 5 minutes. All right, you gotta respond. Gotta respond to a text really quick. It's important stuff. All right, cool. There we go. Now we're going to actually, I think we need to shed a little bit of light on the situation here. Just because you don't understand how dark it is in my basement, so. And so now that rigid part is smooth. Well, this little piece is. Alright, now it's smooth. Now we're going to try to take off the checkerboard pattern. But because we're going to have our hands really close to this, that is where this guy comes in handy. You know what? Just because we are using this glove as the costume piece, we're going to actually use this glove, because if it gets messed up, it's just going to add more to it. So we're just going to kind of grab it, and we're just going to take off the paneling on the back here. We don't need the light for this anymore. This is less. Alright, now we're going to pick it up like this. As you can see, it's taking away that slowly but surely. It'll be gone. Don't call me Shirley. There we go. That was dangerous. Let's make sure that doesn't happen again. That got slipped in between. Well, you saw it, I guess. There we go. And now. All right. That is properly. All right, now that's now properly cut to size there. Sweet, and it's all smooth on the back. No more pattern. Now I'll do this piece. Man, and it gets hot in that thing, so we'll just keep on trucking. It is going to take a while to get rid of this. wish I had an extra hand, something that can hold the button and then use both hands for this. But Yep. Found the trigger lock. Found trigger lock. I haven't used this too much. I just bought it, so I don't really know how anything works. I guess no. Yeah, we found the trigger lock. We're thinking because I didn't read the instruction manual. Because who does that? Nobody does that. All right, so now that's done. That is smooth. Smoother. Anyways. All right. I'm going to hit everything with a heat gun to help seal the pores up really quick. And let this get burn my hair with that. That'd be a horrible idea. Yeah. But no, trigger lock. Figured it out. That's hot enough. I'm just gonna, so it looks like this, right? I'll show you how it looks when you hit it with a heat gun. Justin, you probably already know. You're pretty, you sort of get it. Yeah. Try not to hit myself with a finger with the heat gun. So then it kind of looks shinier, or at least duller anyway. Now, got the heat on it. We can kind of mold it to how we want it to be. Here we go. Now it's a bit more concave, and it kind of fits with how my hand goes. Now I'll drop it on the ground. There we go. We still got it. Now I'll do the bigger piece. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Seal all the pores. Get the backside. See, it starts to bow outward. This is when. So instead of wrapping it around my arm, I'm going to wrap it around the stick because foam releases pressure as it cools. So it's not going to stick to the exact shape. It's actually going to let go a little bit. So if I wrapped it around my arm, it would just be a little bit bigger than my arm. I don't want it to be a little bit bigger. I want it to be the right size. So we're going to wrap it around the stick here. the old Betsy Ross. And then once it's kind of cool, we'll let go and it'll spread out and it'll be about the shape of my arm. Not quite, but that's good. Yeah, because now it's about the right shape. Cool. So that's good. Got the two pieces. And let's see. There's a few more little, hot. Something got really heated up on the workbench. Gotta figure out what other pieces there is to make here. Kind of look through our bucket of trash. Oh, it's not like trash, but it's scraps. So just kind of seeing what I need. There's some wiring in the hand. This is from an old printer. What else do I need? I won't need that. Nope. See, no. Random little screws. He's got a couple of those in his arm and his hand there. I'll need a couple of these little screws. Yeah, a few more. And then we'll grab a few more pieces. Oh yeah. Zip ties, that is a must. We'll need zip ties. Flashlight. Might need some of these. Can use that. Maybe this. Let me see if there's anything else useful I might need.
Where are you putting these? No.
I don't think so. So we're pretty much done using this guy though for right now. Go back to here. There we go. All right. Don't need that foam piece. This hand part's actually like done pretty much. I want to see. I should see how that fits on the hand. Oh, it fits pretty good actually.
Not real. I know it's not real.
That fits very well.
I know it's not real.
Cool.
In the
That
actual
fits all right. So there's this big kind of black control panel-y thing. Not like a control panel, but it's like all this other stuff is hooked up to it. So actually the Sharpie I should draw out. It's about a 1/2 inch away from each side. So we'll find the inch. Just so that I know how big to build this thing. So there's about a 1/2 inch. And then here's about a 1/2 inch. So measuring it out, 3.5 inches is how big I need to build the black thing that kind of comes over. Now I can do a rough sketch of that really quick while I'm looking at it, and I'll pan the camera down. While we do that, find where I put my pencils, 2 pencils, go back to Facebook, pan the camera down, start looking at the paper, bring up the thing here, make it 3.5 inches. Find it easier to have the paper like that. So that is our workspace. Those are the confines of our area, and we will build from there. So if it's about 3 inches wide, it's about the length of the hand from the middle to there. So if I say the middle is about like this, it should be 1.5 inches on both sides. All right, so that's how big it should be, about like that. About like that. So we're still kind of getting the basics. And I would say it is about 1 inch from either side to the middle. No, I wouldn't say it's actually 1 inch. That's too much. It's less than 1 inch. It's not a 1/2 inch, but it's a little less. We'll do 1/2 inch.
Can you sub to me so I can find it?
All right.
Can you sub to me so I can find it?
And so that goes on for about that much. There we go. Like I said, very rough. And so that's the bottom part. And really, we're just going to glue a bunch of parts out at the bottom part. Don't draw it. Yeah, no, we're just going to figure out the basic things. So I'm going to make the body of this little extra part out of foam. And then we're going to attach the electrical components and whatnot later. It's just that there's this big kind of weird body part that holds like his flashlight and a few other things on it. And it's got some end caps to it and stuff. It's like this weird black base piece, and I have really no idea what it is. It doesn't look like it was specifically made for the hand, but it looks really cool. So this shape
Good on you, man.
is what I'm good with. We're going to cut that out, and then we're going to stack layer of foam on it and see how that works. Okay. All right. We need a little bit of tape here.
Yes, it is I, blood drive. And on iPhone.co. Hey, dude.
We're going to cut that out from foam.
I whispered to myself.
There's a nice piece. All right.
I have in total 4,000. Oh, you have more than me, don't you? Why? Look at it.
That should work.
That's unforgivable.
So making one of the sides against an already straight edge saves me one extra side to cut, and one side I'm not going to mess up for sure. And it's easier for tracing.
As soon as we say it, he comes in.
Oop. Now we've got this kind of looks like a neat little piece.
New California Republic, check receipt. What happened? Yeah, I think I found the problem for the space on the computer.
And then we're going to make a duplicate of it right here, because we need one more piece of it, because we're going to stack it.
I am believing the legends that really are there when most of them are still playing but you click the camera to use a flash. No, I'm believing that. Oh, you didn't want one. Yeah. But no, you gotta go serious. Okay. I thought you wanted to keep some. Okay, keep it. You showed me. That's my please,
All right, there's 2 of them. So, and now, yeah, there's 2 of them. I gotta look back at the reference here. 2 of these should be good, and then we're gonna make 2 more side pieces, because these 2 side pieces they're just stacked up higher than the other one. So we'll just take a piece of paper, fold it over. Now we know what the side kind of piece is there. Boop. There we go. All right. All right. And then from that, we will cut it out.
Would that take up a lot of space?
All right. Can we stack it? Is there a way we can get more out of this piece? Nope. We've already got our length out of that piece. That's as much as we can cut without encroaching on something else. And then this piece, oh yeah. We've got plenty to go on this piece.
Yeah, I forgot to say.
All right, sweet. Yeah. And we'll sand that if it doesn't quite look right.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's no way that says that on there.
Awesome.
Support my Patreon. Oh my goodness. Guys, I do have to
Stack it. All right. Now I gotta think, do I want to make another layer for this top piece? Oh, see, now I gotta clean up a little bit. Look at how dirty it is around here. Gosh. Let's go back up. Just cutting off my hair, man. Can't cut off the dew. You cannot cut off the dew. No one's watching this live anyway, so I can do that. Okay. That was just kind of weird. All right, so I think we're gonna go with this for our pieces. That should work. So we're gonna get to sanding. We need to sand all of these down, but since that would just be the rest of the live stream, and we're already at 55 minutes, I'll just say we'll keep on doing the build next week. Put these pieces aside. We'll get them all sanded next week, and I'll find the rest of the random metal bits that I might need for this build. Oh, what's in this bag, by the way? If you saw the bag earlier, and you're just dying to know what I have in this bag. Here's the little end cap things. They're pretty cool. They're pretty neat. They're pretty neato. So yeah, that's what's in here. So yeah, I guess stay tuned. Next week we will be building the rest of the hand. We've done all the work for the Betsy Ross on camera, except for just the little stars here and the eagle here. So I feel pretty confident to be like, wire caps. Wire caps. It probably says that on it too. Ultra hex lock twist on wire connectors. They say they're connectors. They don't connect anything. Twist on by hand or hex, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah, wire caps. Cool. Technical term. I just looked at them like, ooh, those look cool. I'm so knowledgeable about things. Anyways, so yeah, I think we've done the bulk of the work for this. I'm pretty much on this prop. Most of you have already seen this prop to completion. So I'm going to call this one done. It's probably no longer going to be on the streams anymore, just because we've spent weeks upon weeks working on this one prop, which really wouldn't take that long to actually finish. So just so you know, that's a little heads up. You don't have to worry about that, seeing that in the future. We're going to keep working on the Ash hand, mostly because it is kind of Halloween really soon, and I kind of want to work on a prop from a twist wire together, twist caps on the other wire. Man, I don't know. I'll take your word. You're probably right. That makes sense. That would make sense. Twist on wire. Twist wire together. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, for Halloween, I wanted to make a cool Ash costume. I'm not even gonna like be Ash for probably a while anyway. So it's just kind of like, working on it, because in the spirit of Halloween and finished up, season 2, I really just wanted to work on that to get that done. So yeah, that's pretty much it for our show. We're approaching 1 hour. We don't even want it to get to an hour. So thank you guys. Thank you everybody for stopping by, coming in for the prop shop. Thank you all who are gonna watch later. And I think we're gonna call it over with. So see y'all next time there, partner. See ya.